He's talked about how as a boy in London he would spend his time on weekends between the Hindu temple and going to play for his local soccer team, the Saints. So in a way he reflects a lot of that changing makeup of Britain. However, there's a fascinating tweet by Nesreen Malik from The Guardian where she says, and she sort of makes a point, huge to have the first PM of colour. It only took running twice, losing the first time, not actually being elected the second time, 2 PM resignations, the shortest serving PM in history, and an entire economic meltdown to shunt him into number 10. A proud moment. She then goes on to add, politics aside, one has to acknowledge that Sunak sends a powerful message to people of colour. If you go to a public school, which of course in the UK means private, amass a fortune, become the richest MP in Parliament, and with your wife have a joint asset worth larger than the King's, you too can become Prime Minister.
So all that said, how will he connect with people in the UK who are struggling under massive cost of living?
Well, that's right. It can work two ways, Ros. There will be people who think he's elitist, he's worth $1 billion+ with his wife, Akshata. Her father started Infosys in India, considered the Bill Gates of India. Either he can be out of touch and elitist and not understand, or people, his supporters, could argue, as someone who's worked in the finance business, he knows the economy well. He knows how to get it back on track. Clearly, Liz Truss didn't understand the economy. All the way through, Rishi Sunak warned, you can't give unfunded tax cuts to the rich. He said that time and again. She did it, and the economy tanked.
Do we know what he's likely to do?
He's likely to put off any tax cuts. There will be no tax cuts to the rich. People like him will get no tax cuts. He's going to try to stabilise the economy, keep the energy subsidies to the poorer people going. So, ironically, for the first year or so, it will be very much like a Labor government, and then over time he will try to bring in some of the Conservatives' traditional mandate of growth of the economy, cutting spending and increasing and reducing taxes, but that won't be for some time.
And what's been the reaction to his appointment, both in the UK and beyond?
I think the financial markets, which of course caused havoc for Liz Truss and Britain, are very positive. It stabilised the international financial markets in terms of the UK. So from that point of view now, that means that their borrowing rates, Liz Truss's sort of policies threw the economy into chaos, mortgages went up. This hopefully steadies things for the UK.
Let's not forget, of course, it was arguably Rishi Sunak who got rid of Boris Johnson in the first place with his resignation as Chancellor. Boris Johnson, of course, waiting in the wings. We haven't heard the last from him yet.
I don't think we'll ever hear the last from Boris. I mean, Boris's history is a soap opera of itself, a soap opera within a soap opera. Rishi Sunak, if he performs, he said to his MPs, we only have one more chance before the next election. We can't do this again. Boris Johnson will be waiting in the wings, but will need an opportunity, and Rishi Sunak will be doing everything he can to keep Boris out of number 10 again.